In the constellation of extraordinary individuals that shaped America's early history, one star shines with a light all its own: Benjamin Franklin. Known to many as a man of numerous talents and countless achievements, Franklin was a true polymath who left an indelible mark on America and the world. Born in the Massachusetts Bay Colony, Benjamin Franklin grew into a man who wore many hats. As a writer, he was known for his sharp wit and wisdom, becoming one of the most quoted figures of his time. As a scientist, he made significant strides in the understanding of electricity, even inventing the lightning rod. As an inventor, he created things like bifocal glasses and the Franklin stove, innovations that reflected his practical approach to problem solving. But perhaps it is his role as a statesman that sets him apart the most. He served as one of the country's foremost diplomats during the American Revolution, was instrumental in drafting the Declaration of Independence, and contributed significantly to the U.S. Constitution. In his tireless service to his country, Benjamin Franklin stands tall as a towering figure in American history. Join us as we journey through the life of this remarkable individual, exploring the various facets of his character, the events that shaped him, and the legacy he left behind. Benjamin Franklin's story is one of extraordinary accomplishment, driven by an insatiable curiosity and a deep commitment to the public good. Benjamin Franklin's journey begins in Boston on January 17, 1706. He was the 15th of 17 children born to Josiah Franklin, a soap and candle maker, and his wife Abia. Life in the bustling port city was modest and challenging, with resources stretched thin in the large family. Young Franklin's formal education was brief. He attended the Boston Latin School but had to leave at age 10 to work with his father. However, this didn't dampen Franklin's thirst for knowledge. He was a voracious reader and used every opportunity to learn, embodying the concept of self-education. When he turned 12, Franklin became an apprentice to his brother James, who ran a printing press. This was a turning point in Franklin's life. His apprenticeship didn't just teach him the trade of printing, it exposed him to a world of ideas, books, and authors. He honed his writing skills, starting to pen articles under pseudonyms, which his brother unwittingly published. However, Franklin's relationship with James was strained. Their disagreements reached a tipping point when Franklin was 17, leading him to leave his apprenticeship and his home, setting off to Philadelphia. This marked the end of his early years in Boston, but the start of an even greater journey, one that would lead him to become one of the most influential figures in American history. In 1723, at just 17 years old, Franklin embarked on a new chapter of his life in Philadelphia. This was an uncertain time for the young man, who arrived in the city with little more than a few coins in his pocket and a determination to make his own way in the world. His skill as a printer earned him employment in several printing houses, and before long, Franklin was able to set up his own printing business. This marked a turning point in his life, launching him from a journeyman printer into a successful businessman. It also laid the groundwork for his public life, as his printing business placed him at the heart of Philadelphia's bustling world of ideas and information. In 1729, Franklin took over the Pennsylvania Gazette, making it one of the leading publications of the colonies. The paper became a forum for Franklin's ideas and observations about life, society, and politics. It also showed his unique style of writing, which combined wit, wisdom, and an accessible style that resonated with readers. Perhaps the most memorable of his publications was Poor Richard's Almanac, which he started publishing in 1732 under the pseudonym Richard Saunders. This annual publication was filled with proverbs and advice that quickly became popular, further cementing Franklin's reputation as a keen observer of life and a master of the written word. By establishing himself as a successful printer and publisher, Franklin not only built a prosperous business but also gained a platform that would amplify his influence in the years to come. While building his career, Franklin's personal life was also taking shape. In 1730, he entered into a common-law marriage with Deborah Read. Their union was one of mutual respect and companionship, lasting until Deborah's death in 1774. They had 2 children together, Francis Folger Franklin, who tragically died of smallpox at the age of 4, and Sarah Franklin, who would go on to live a long life. Franklin also had an illegitimate son, William. Born around 1730, before Franklin's union with Deborah, William's mother's identity remains a mystery. Despite this, Franklin took responsibility for William, raising him alongside his other children. William would later become the royal governor of New Jersey, although his loyalist sympathies during the American Revolution would lead to a painful estrangement between father and son. Through the joys and tragedies of his personal life, Franklin's family played a significant role in his life. Despite the demands of his many public roles, he found time to be a husband and father, revealing a more intimate side of the man whose influence was felt across the colonies and beyond. Franklin's life was one of relentless curiosity and constant learning, something which is most apparent in his scientific endeavors. His contributions to the field of science were broad and significant, revealing a mind driven by a need to understand and improve the world around him. One of his most famous experiments was his 1752 kite experiment. During a storm, he flew a kite with a metal key attached to the string, proving that lightning was indeed a form of electricity. This breakthrough not only changed the way we understood the natural world but also had practical applications. It led Franklin to invent the lightning rod, a device that protected buildings from lightning strikes, saving countless lives and properties. Franklin's inventions often reflected his practicality and his desire to improve everyday life. Among his many inventions were bifocal glasses, a practical solution for his own failing eyesight, and the Franklin stove, a more efficient way to heat homes during cold Philadelphia winters. His inquisitive mind also led him to map the Gulf Stream in the Atlantic Ocean, significantly improving travel times for ships crossing the ocean. Furthermore, he made significant contributions to the understanding of heat conduction and the nature of light. Beyond his own scientific investigations, Franklin was a strong proponent of scientific thinking and knowledge sharing. He helped establish the American Philosophical Society, aimed at promoting useful knowledge and providing a platform for the exchange of scientific ideas. In his scientific pursuits and inventions, Franklin exemplified the spirit of the Enlightenment, a belief in reason, science, and the power of human ingenuity. While Benjamin Franklin's scientific exploits made him a household name, his political acumen ensured his place in the annals of American history. Franklin's political life was marked by an unyielding commitment to the American cause, a trait that would thrust him onto the international stage. From 1753 to 1774, Franklin served as Deputy Postmaster General for the colonies, modernizing the postal system and improving its efficiency. However, as the political climate changed and the winds of revolution began to stir, Franklin found himself drawn into the heart of the struggle. Though initially a supporter of reconciliation with Britain, the escalating tensions and Britain's disregard for American interests led Franklin to firmly side with the cause of independence. Elected to the Second Continental Congress, he emerged as a strong advocate for independence, putting his persuasive skills to use both in writing and negotiation. Perhaps one of Franklin's greatest political achievements was his work as an ambassador to France during the American Revolution. His charm, diplomacy, and reputation as a leading intellectual won him the admiration of the French, and he was instrumental in securing French support for the American cause. This alliance was critical to the eventual American victory in the Revolutionary War. As the Revolutionary War ended, Franklin's contributions to his nation were far from over. He was one of the esteemed founding fathers, whose wisdom and experience were invaluable in shaping the newly independent country. His ideas on governance, compromise, and liberty became an integral part of the nation's foundational documents. In 1787, Franklin served as a delegate to the Constitutional Convention in Philadelphia, the oldest among the delegates. Despite his age and declining health, he was an active participant, known for his wisdom, wit, and diplomatic skills. His spirit of compromise helped bridge disagreements among the delegates, pushing them towards consensus. One of Franklin's significant contributions to the convention was his advocacy for a bicameral legislature, a concept that is fundamental to the structure of the U.S. Congress today. The Great Compromise, as it came to be known, established a House of Representatives, with representation based on population, and a Senate, with equal representation for all states. Franklin's faith in the power of consensus and his belief in a government of the people, by the people, for the people, were instrumental in shaping the Constitution. His signature on the document stands as a testament to his enduring belief in the American ideal. Benjamin Franklin's final years were a time of reflection and continued service. Despite his declining health, he remained active in public life, continuing to contribute to the nation he helped build. Franklin passed away on April 17, 1790, at the age of 84 in Philadelphia. His death was mourned by a nation that recognized his vast contributions to its founding and development. His funeral was attended by an estimated 20,000 people, a testament to his enduring popularity and the respect he commanded. But Franklin's story did not end with his death. His autobiography, published posthumously, offers a window into his unique mind and life. Through its pages, readers across the ages have found inspiration in his journey from a humble apprentice to a renowned polymath and statesman. His words, wisdom, and ethos continue to resonate, making it one of the most widely read and influential memoirs in history. Beyond his writings, Benjamin Franklin's legacy lives on in numerous ways. His scientific discoveries continue to shape our understanding of the world, while his inventions have stood the test of time. His contributions to America's political foundations echo in the halls of the U.S. Congress and the principles of the Constitution. His commitment to public service, education, and civic responsibility continues to inspire. As we reflect on the life of Benjamin Franklin, we see a man who defied the limitations of his time, who dared to question, explore, and innovate. He was, in every sense, a man ahead of his time, leaving behind a legacy that continues to shape America, and indeed the world.